How's it going, Famalam? Bibi here with another figure review. So today's figure review is going to be a hentai figure review, but don't worry, you're watching the censored version. If you want to see the uncensored version, then you can click the link down below, so then you can go to the age-restricted R18 version. Now, just be aware that that will have nudity involved, so you are aware of what you're getting into before you click that link. Now, with all that being said and done, let's get into the figure review. So today's figure is something that I have been waiting to get into for years, like literally years, because I am dumb and haven't opened this figure yet. And that is of this beautiful 1/6 scale Pochaco. So this is Super Pochaco Nama figure. This is the Patissier Choco Mint version. She is squishy, just like another figure that I own, which dumb me hasn't actually done a figure review on. I have got another Sonico here, that I need to do a figure review on with another one that I will be doing eventually, so you'll get to see that at some point in time. What am I doing with my hands? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep talking about this. Yeah, I'm such a dick. I'm sorry. So, we have got this Super Pochaco here. It cost me 13,000 yen. That's without shipping. I bought it new off of Ami as a pre-order. She is squishy, as I said. So her torso and I believe her legs and her boobs are squishy, so that is really cool. She released back in August of 2017, so that is how long I have had this figure for. That's what I mean by I'm a dum-dum and I haven't opened this figure, so I'm hella excited about getting this out of her box. This was made by Chara-ani, which is not a figure company that I know much about. It's still done by Nitro Plus, like still under the umbrella of Nitro Plus, which is the company that made Super Sonico and Super Pochaco, and the sculptor is Shima. So if you're interested in the sculptors, Shima made this one. So yeah, 1/6 scale figure, which is still a little bit smaller because she is kneeling, but I absolutely love this figure. I love the colour, and yeah, no more talking. We need to look at the box and we need to get her out of it. So let's open this. The boxes for these figures are actually really beautiful. They look like that you are opening a present. They have a lot of different things showing the figure itself. I appreciate the fact that I can see exactly what I am buying, and we have a lot of different angles of this figure. Also love the fact that there is a lot of things showing that these figures are squishy, which I really like the fact that this is the case. Getting this open, you can see the little black box down the bottom holds parts that I'll be showing in the age-restricted video. We have Pochaco herself, which we'll take a closer look at in just a second. And then we have the little accessories that come with Pochaco herself. Pochaco's base is a white chocolate, which is really cute. I love the fact that it's chocolate. Pochaco comes with a cake that she can hold in her hand with a little fork. And then we also have some really cute looking cupcakes. One has a smile and the other one looks like a standard cupcake with a walnut, I think it is, on the front. And as we get to Pochaco herself, her hair is all covered with plastic, so then she does not rub up against itself. It's all nicely packaged. As I said at the start, her legs are squishy. Unfortunately, her torso is not squishy and her boobs are squishy, but she does come with 2 separate boob sets. So the ones that she has on at the moment are hard, and the ones that are in the black box are the squishy ones. I absolutely love her outfit. The mint green along with her dark skin tone looks adorable. One thing I will say is putting Pochaco's cake into her hand is actually really difficult to do on camera. So I'm going to do that off camera so I can show you guys what it looks like. So as you see, she is holding the cake, and it is a very large piece of cake. She likes her food, just like me. This figure is beautiful. The way that they have sculpted her body, the way that they have painted her clothes, the colour decisions from her clothing to her hair, everything is beautiful. I absolutely love it. Her facial expression is really cute. Her hair is sculpted beautifully. I will say that the pigtails are a little bit fragile, so just be very careful about that. I will also say that unfortunately you have to be looking at Pochaco from below. If you look at her from above or even straight on, you're not going to get a very good angle of her just because of the way that they have sculpted her. She does kind of have a very short neck, she has a big bust, and it just doesn't really do her justice the way that they have angled her, unfortunately. But all in all, this figure is beautiful, and I'm so happy that I have finally gotten it out of its box. So I've had this Pochaco figure for a while now, and there's a few things that I want to talk about. So I am a sucker for the brown skin toned figures. The sun-kissed figures are adorable, and this one is one of the really nicest ones that I own, other than the Sonico one that you can see just up above me over here, the cheerleader one. I really want to pick up the original version of this. She does come up on pre-order now and again. She is unfortunately usually expensive, but I want to get the original because I do own the original Sonico and the Sunkissed Sonico, so you'll be seeing that figure review probably next week, I would say, because I opened this figure first. But yes, I love this design. I absolutely love the squishiness of the legs. I love the squishy boobs. I will say that I wished that the tummy was squishy as well. It would be really nice if there was just like an interchangeable body part in general, so then the boobs, the stomach and the legs were all squishy. But I guess having that as a thing may have run into problems with like making it. It may have not been as secure or as robust if the whole figure was kind of squishy, because I have noticed with this figure in particular, the rubber has slightly come away from the plastic when you put the boobs back on, which is a bit of a shame. It might just be that the adhesive gluing the rubber to the plastic backing is a little bit old, because this is an older figure, because I've just been slack on opening my figures. A, because I don't have the room to display all of my figures, and B, I'm just lazy and just hadn't gotten around to it. The positives with this figure is that I absolutely love her facial expression. She just looks so adorable. The blush marks and the facial expression, the way that they have coloured her eyes, the way that they have done her hair, it all just looks really adorable. I do wish that I was able to actually take the hat off. It would have been really nice to have actually removed the hat and then been able to just have her without it. when I take off the shirt and just have her in her underwear. But that's just a little nitpick of mine. I thought that with the original Sonico as well. I didn't end up doing a review of that Sonico, so I'm actually going to be doing a double review when I open up the second version next week. So look forward to that. I actually have that figure just sitting up behind me over there, so you will get a close look at the original Sonico along with the second version. The boobs are sculpted really nicely. I will say the one downside with this figure is that you really, when you're looking at the character, you almost have to be looking at her from the bottom up. So you have to be below her to be looking at her, because of the way that she is positioned, the way that she is sculpted, the way that she is facing her face, positioning her head, which is a disappointment, to be honest, because when you look at her without the top and the scarf, she actually has a very small neck, which I suppose with her being a little more of a chubby character does kind of make sense, because she's got a big bust and she's a little bit chubbier. But in saying that, I do wish that she had a little bit more of a neck, and that she had maybe a little bit more chest before she actually gets to the boobs, just to kind of elongate that area, so then we don't have this kind of like, it feels almost like she's like this instead of like this, if that makes sense. I really liked the fact that with this figure in particular, we got little cream sticky pasties to put onto our figure. That didn't come with the original Sonico. I'm assuming this is a thing that only comes with the sun-kissed version, so it will be interesting to see if the Sonico has that as well, the second version. I will say, however, this pasties, the stickiness of the glue or the adhesive on the back for the pasties are very, very weak, which is a real shame, because I had fun placing those on the hard breasts and making it look like that Pochaco is very messy. And the fact that after about an hour, some of those pasties were already kind of starting to come away and come off due to the shape of the breasts is a real shame, because it was a nice extra little thing that was added with the figure. And I would like to be able to, if I have the choice, to display her sometimes with those pasties. But if they're going to be falling off, I'll end up losing them, and eventually the stickiness of the adhesive is just going to be useless. And that means that that extra little thing becomes useless. So it would have been nice if the adhesive was a little bit more sticky, not to the point of it damaging the figure, of course, but just enough that it has the security that would stay on for a decent amount of time. The whole figure itself is just beautiful. I haven't seen any problems with the figure itself with sculpting defects or paint splotches or paint defects, paint chips, which is great, especially considering, as I said, this figure has been sitting in the box for a while, so sometimes figures get a little bit of a problem with sweating because of like the plastic being in such a confined area for such a long time. Didn't have any of that problem either, so that is great. And the fact that this is sculpted so beautifully, the one thing that I want to say with this figure, I absolutely love how they have sculpted her back and her bum. They've sculpted her stomach beautifully. Everything has been done so perfectly and I am in love with it. I think the only one little thing that I can say is like there's a tinsy little scratch on the back of the white on the scarf, but I can kind of look past that. One thing I will say though is that because of these figures, they're on their knees. One thing I noticed with my Sonoko is after a while they get a little bit of scuffing on their knees because of how they're displayed. So if you do get these figures, don't be surprised if that happens to you as well. It might not happen with this darker colour, I don't know, but it definitely happened with the white stockings. I love her accessories, they are gorgeous. Love the fact that she has such a giant piece of cake. And the other thing I want to mention is of course her base. Her base is white chocolate, which is just a really nice touch. The fact that they added such an interesting base, because a lot of the time with figures they have such bland bases. So when it comes to Sonoko and Pochaco bases, they always make sure to make some interesting ones, which I really appreciate. So if you are a fan of Sonoko and Pochaco and you want something that is a little bit different, if you want something that kind of feels Valentine's-y, you know, a little bit more of a holiday themed figure, this is perfect. You can find her on Ami. They do pop up now and again in the pre-owned. I always keep an eye on there just so then I can hopefully pick up the original, as I mentioned earlier. The pricing isn't too bad. It's a little bit higher than what I originally bought it for, but it's not through the roof. So eventually I will pick up the original, and when I do, I'll do a figure review on it. So what do you guys think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you own it, or is it in the list of things that you want to buy? Let me know. I want to know your thoughts on it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button and go down to the description below. Check out all my social media links. I like to post little sneak peeks of what figure reviews are coming up on my social media, so definitely go and follow me. And if you want to help out the channel and donate, support what I do, help get more figures for this channel. If you enjoy my figure reviews and you want to help me get figures, because they ain't cheap, then you can donate a few different ways. You can do a one-off donation through Ko-Fi, you can become a member for 99 cents a month and you get access to a whole bunch of fun emotes, or you can become a patron and get an awesome shout out just like Bernard, Linwood, Garfield, Tracy, Chloe and Bradley. They're all awesome Biblioteers and you can become one as well. So from Moe to Mika, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit that bell icon so you can become an early bird on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye!